The smartest film critic in the world, Cole Smithey.
Hi, this is Cole Smithey with ColeSmithy.com, and your guide to what to see and what to avoid at the movies this week. Silent House is a deeply disturbing psychological thriller that taunts and challenges its audience.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, sweetie. I checked your Facebook page. What's his name wrote on your wall again?
God, I should never have added you.
Reminiscent of the nightmare sequences in Roman Polanski's Repulsion, this surreal story is rooted in the sexual abuse suffered by Sarah, played by Elizabeth Olsen, a young woman who returns with her father and uncle to an abandoned summer house where she spent painful vacations as a little girl. The film is a showcase for Elizabeth Olsen, who admirably carries every scene with an increasing sense of panic-stricken terror. Based on the Uruguayan film La Casa Muda, Silent House is a study in atmospheric displacement. Cinematographer Igor Martinovic does a virtuosic job of tracking through the dark, creaking house to chase down the demons that pursue Sarah's mind and body with unrelenting malevolence. Sarah's dad, John, played by Adam Treese, and Uncle Peter, played by Eric Sheffer-Stevens, need to clean up the derelict house in order to enable a quick sale. But something is not quite right about John and Peter. Sarah is none too pleased when a local girl appears on the doorstep to remind Sarah about their childhood friendship, a friendship that Sarah doesn't remember. Squatters have left marks on the property. Toxic mold infests the walls. Every window is boarded up with plywood on both sides. Inside is pitch black. Peter goes on a run to the hardware store, leaving Sarah with her dad inside the locked home to wander around with flashlights. The filmmakers do an excellent job of putting the audience inside the unreliable mindset of a girl grappling with terrible memories that come face to face with an unraveling reality in an unnerving setting. Be prepared for chills and shocks in a well-crafted horror movie that may inspire nightmares for nights to come. I give this good horror movie a B. In spite of director Roger Donaldson's respectable pedigree, he directed such winners as 13 Days and The World's Fastest Indian. Everything about seeking justice screams B-movie. From its crude plot to stiff performances by Nicolas Cage and Guy Pearce, the movie stumbles around like a drunk trying to hail a cab in the rain. Newbie screenwriter Robert Tannen is largely to blame. New Orleans high school teacher Will Gerard, played by Cage, gets pulled into a vortex of criminal conspiracy after his cello-playing wife Laura, played by January Jones, gets raped on her way home one night. A hospital waiting room proposition from a mysterious character named Simon, played by Guy Pearce, entices Will to discreetly condone the murder of his wife's assailant.
Who is this?
Hey, Will, what do you want? Just a quick talk. Relax.
Where'd you go? You okay?
In return, he will be called upon to do an as-yet unnamed favor for Simon's vigilante group. After his wife's attacker is duly put on ice, Will gets cold feet about wanting to carry out Simon's assignment to take out an alleged pedophile. Here's a film that wants to have its cake and eat it too. Vigilantism is okay until it's shown to connect to a web of corruption. The movie does the city of New Orleans no favors in couching the Crescent City as a bastion of politically condoned banality. Beyond a couple of moderately entertaining chase scenes, the movie is flimsy to a fault.
Let's not forget what we did for you.
Nicolas Cage has sullied his name to a point where its appearance on a film poster reads like a skull and crossbones. What a waste. I give this disappointing crime thriller a C-. As you might imagine from the documentary's title, Jiro Dreams of Sushi is a character study biography of a master sushi chef named Jiro. The 85-year-old Jiro Ono's 10-seat restaurant, located in the Tokyo subway system, has received dining's highest ranking of 3 Michelin stars. Reservations are booked a month in advance. A master of his craft, Jiro has taught his 2 sons to follow in his footsteps. Jiro's oldest son, Yoshikazu, 50, works directly under his father, preparing the most amazing sushi in the world.
じゃあこの頂上はどこかっていうと分かんないわけですよ。
抜いてやっと並んだ。
Director David Gelb provides a crash course in the stratified world of Tokyo fish markets, from which Yoshikazu chooses the best cuts of fish. Jiro lives by a simple set of rules that include things such as maintaining cleanliness and taking his job seriously. Here is a man attempting to live as modestly as possible in the service of the work he loves doing.
好きにならなきゃダメですよ。
There's nothing flashy in David Gelb's serviceable rendering of a man who has achieved an unrivaled mastery of a cuisine he helped invent. You too might come away craving Jiro Ono's sushi. I give this good documentary a B. My sleeper pick is Let the Bullets Fly, and my guilty pleasure pick is Silent House. My must-have DVDs are House of Pleasures from MPI Home Video, My Week with Marilyn from the Weinstein Company, and The Adventures of Tintin from Paramount Pictures.
It's been hard work, but every time we get into a fix.
In 1975, Robert Altman painted epic satire on a grand scale with Nashville.
But we must be doing something right to last 200.
That he did so with no fewer than 25 main characters defies conventional wisdom regarding the depth of personalities possible in a movie structure. Here, drama and comedy blend in a hyped-up neo-realistic environment that flirts with a carnival atmosphere. A constant barrage of Nashville-inspired music, most of it written by Altman's actors for the film, holds together a cesspool community of transitory Americana wannabes and could-bes, tourists, journalists, and country music musicians. Elliot Gould and Julie Christie play themselves in quirky cameos. Jeff Goldblum is tossed in for good measure as a chopper-riding magician who never says a word. Scott Glenn's private first class, Glenn Kelly, is a soldier visiting Nashville to look after the ailing country music singer whose life his mother saved many years ago. By exploring the humble and not-so-humble aspirations of his wonder wheel of ensemble cast members, Altman expresses an organic cross-section of American mentality, dimples, warts, and all. Rather than subscribe to any stereotypes, Altman has his actors create their own archetypes. The effect is absurdly seductive. Still, that's not to say that real-life country music stars such as Loretta Lynn don't inform certain characters, such as Ronnie Blakely's fragile country singer Barbara Jean. A highway pileup caused by a boat falling off a car trailer introduces the Hydra-like story with a touch of slapstick humor. Henry Gibson's country music star Haven Hamilton sings with sincerity a patriotic song reinforcing his idea that America must be doing something right to last 200 years. A presidential candidate's campaign interrupts the hopscotching narrative with monologue clips. The brief political messages reverberate off the personal stories of failure and success that percolate throughout the movie. Candidate Hall Philip Walker represents the Replacement Party, whose values include battling big oil companies, eliminating subsidies to farmers, taxing the churches, abolishing the Electoral College, and removing lawyers from government, especially from Congress. When she isn't looking after her 2 deaf sons, Lily Tomlin's good-hearted family woman, Linnea Reese, sings with a black college gospel choir. Linnea's attorney husband, Delbert, represents Haven Hamilton. He's also busy organizing Hal Philip Walker's campaign with assistance from Michael Murphy's dishonest campaign organizer, John Triplett. Coming on the heels of the Watergate scandal that cost Richard Nixon his presidency, Altman captures a rich assortment of willful ignorance, cynicism, optimism, and opportunism that was prevalent in Nashville at the time. Altman's prolific ability to capture cultural and emotional scope is enhanced by his keen eye for angles and his ear for truth. Thanks for watching. Visit ColeSmithy.com for more.